Good morning and welcome back, everyone. It's time for a new map. That's right. We have left the desert, and now we're all the way in southern Spain. It's Tingis time, our new city. Mission number 12 in the Reconquered campaign. I had some time, so I wanted to get this started. This map, I think, is actually one of the most fun ones here. It's got kind of a unique layout that makes it a little bit different from a lot of the others. And even though there is a small military aspect of this map, it's not really overwhelming at any point at all. So you can just kind of lay back, focus on the economy, and enjoy yourself. So let's take a look at what we got here. Our starting money is 10,100. Lovely. And our starting trade partners, you can see we have 3 by sea, 2 by land here. Let's sort by cost. So our 2 land trade routes would be first. The first one's 400, and they will buy clay, sand, and bricks. And that's actually the exact same for Emporier as well. Kind of a rare overlap here for resources in the first 2 trade routes. That's nice. So that means you can focus entirely on clay and sand. And you'll be swimming in money. Well, I say swimming in money. It's not like these things are bigly profitable. Sand sells for 24. Clay sells for 30. But if you get a caravanserai, you can sell a lot of stuff. And selling lots of stuff is good. We like selling things. If we take a look at our resources here, for farms, we have wheat and vegetables. So that's 2 sources of food. And this is a temperate map, so wheat gets a bonus. So this is going to be an easy food map. And then for materials, we have clay and sand, and that is it. No stone, no marble, no trees. Something about the Reconquered campaign and timber. I think of all the maps, timber is like the least, maybe besides gold. But I consider gold like a separate thing, because timber is also used for furniture, which is used for upgrading your house. Gold is just a pure profit thing. But yeah, timber is like the least common resource, I'm pretty sure, that you ever get. Like everything else you get more, but for some reason the ability to cut down trees is lacking. Either that or there's only rubber trees in Spain. We don't know. So this does mean that we can get early pottery if we wanted to. It's pretty good. And we have the ability to get our concrete without importing sand, which is lovely. I absolutely can't stand importing sand. But everything else we're going to have to import, including olive oil and wine. So it's going to get expensive for imports later on, but that's okay. The way this map is laid out, we have our entrance at the top. We have our exit at the bottom. And we have kind of a lot of obvious areas, I guess I'll say, for housing districts here, for blocks. So you can fit 2 easily right here. You could probably do more if you really wanted to Tetris it out. You can fit 1 big one right here if you wanted to. And then you have kind of an easy patrician spot right here. And you can actually have smaller patrician area. You can have a smaller patrician area right here if you really wanted to, too. That's totally fine. But for us, I think what I'm going to do first is usually, I make this my first block right here. Also, I'll go like 1, 2, 3. And these are big, beautiful blocks. They can support a lot of plebs. And then expanding out, the pop here is actually 11K. It's a pretty big map. Expanding out, you probably want to get another block maybe up here. You do get invaded from here, here, and here. So this area of the map is verboten. That's out of the question. So you're not building any blocks right here. But I mean that's all right. It's not a big deal. For some reason, I feel like there's more rocks on this map than before. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but it should be okay. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started here. I think I'll just do my normal thing. Let me clear out some space here. There we go. And then I want to hopefully have kind of an area here. 7, 8. Okay, that would be not good. So let's do something like this. 8. Now, the issue I'm seeing if I do this, I feel like this has changed. I feel like it's not just me. So the reservoir is a little bit cooked if I do it that way. Also, I'm remembering now, this is our only source of water here. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this into the middle. Like right here, have this just kind of be a center area. And then we'll be able to snake another reservoir up here as well. I think that might be the better way to do it. Let's actually spend some time figuring out what a good block would look like here. So if I do it the way I was just thinking of right now, something like this. Let's do that. Okay, something like this would be a bit better. There's a lot of dead space here, but it's not terrible. We could also make this a bit thicker and a bit shorter if we wanted to as well. That's a thing we could do. That also means, though, that over here, I feel like if I get a block here, it's a little bit different, too. You know what? I'm actually going to do some experimenting here. And I'm going to spend all my money just to experiment here. Last time I did this map was on the 9x9 challenge, right? And this actually was a great map for 9x9s, because you can fit 9x9s here, you can fit a ton of them up here. It's actually pretty forgiving in that sense, which was nice. I think what I would like to do is if I could get like this guy here and then snake him around like that. Yeah, that could be good. And then we can aqueduct. I don't think I can go there, yeah. So we can do this that's not sticking out as much. Okay. And then what I would like is if we could fit stuff over here. So I would want to be ideally two hexes away here. So let's go. Let's do this, and then maybe we have something like that. It's a bit wonky, but it's all right. And then I could also do another block right here potentially, right? Probably not. It would be pretty small. If I did. And I would also be blocking this if I put a lot of structures here. But that means there's more space up here as well. If I can fit a reservoir here. Or here. This could be okay. This could be okay, but I don't love it. I gotta do something right here. Tingis. Let's see, what's my... a finished file. Oh, it was here. Okay, so I did it. I pushed it over this way. This is a finished thing. I don't usually like showing these while I'm recording. It's kind of fun to see the process, but this is a finished Tingis. Okay. Ignore that. So this is how I did it before. I did snake it around like this. Aha. Aha. It's amazing how your brain works and you end up doing the same things just naturally. But this was what I was going for just now. I was like, I know I've done something like this before. Okay. Let's I didn't actually save the previous map, but this is what I was going for. Reconquered Tingis. Let's go for that. Let's actually let's load it up from here.
Historical background. Situated near the Pillars of Hercules, which is
I'll skip here. I didn't read this, by the way. Marble shortages. Marble and stone prices are much higher than usual. A side objective will allow for some adjustment. The city of Toledo will call for military aid. Requests for troops will be common, and large forces will be needed to emerge victorious. Do not underestimate this threat. The favor penalties can be severe should you fail. Legionaries with the academy training excel in fighting outside the city. So, that's the conditions there. That's right. Even though you're not invaded a lot, you do want to have a sizable military force to help other cities. Okay, so let's do what we were doing in the other map. I think that's actually the best way to go about this, unless you're being a 9x9 Giga Chad. In which case, carry on. You don't need my help. You already have gigantic balls. And I can do nothing for you. You're past the stage where you need my guidance. Alright, so I think we'll do... Actually, if we get one here, do we even need another reservoir? I don't think we do. Oh, is that not... Is that not touching? It is not. Okay. All right, let's do something similar to what we were doing before. Let's go out this way. Okay, yeah, this feels better already. Because this one should feed both. So pause for a second. Let's remember that aqueducts exist. There we go. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. Unpause again for a minute. There we go. Okay, that's lovely. Then we're not worried about this at all. Okay, cool. All right. I've wasted enough of your time doing experiments here. So I'll go ahead and get started on the city proper. It's actually kind of one of the fun things, though, if we've completed a map several times, then going back to your old cities and seeing how you did it before, and then comparing it to maybe new ideas you have is, it's nice, you know? It feels okay. Let's go ahead. We have some 1x1 space here. We got one here. Prefectore, let's get you here. Barber and doctor. We could get this right here if we wanted. That's fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, that's also a 1x1 spot right there. Okay, I'll take it. And then we'll get our fountain set up. 1, 2... That's fine. Go ahead and unpause. Let's go ahead and get our priorities in order. I always just do these three. I mean, you can customize this as much as you want. You never have to. I just like doing water prefectures and engineers, so I don't have to worry about things burning down or any of that nonsense. Just makes it nice and easy. You don't have to think about anything. And Lord knows I hate thinking. Alright, let's just get you 5 out so I don't forget. And then remember, the name of the game is Clay and Sand. Let's go ahead and open you up. Let's just set these two on exporting. Bricks can come later. Can't build brick factories yet anyway, so it's totally fine. We've got the huge train of plebs on the way. And this map, so I didn't point this out when we were looking at it earlier, but this map's interesting. So what you're selling to the land traders and what you end up selling to the sea trade cities is pretty different, like completely different. So this means I feel like you don't have to centralize your trade necessarily. You can just have like one central land trade area, because they're not going to be going to the sea trade warehouses at all, and vice versa. The sea trade warehouses, the dock warehouses, those guys aren't going to be walking over to your land trade houses at all, or warehouses at all. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my first industry right here. It's going to be right at the start of the map, and we're going to get a bunch of sand, a bunch of clay, and then we'll just have some warehouses right at the front here that traders can grab things out of and be on their merry way. Now, this map does favor getting some highways. So you could highway this and then make it kind of a very speedy road. I'm not that sweaty, so I'll just play it a little bit more normally. Get this going. Okay, that's going to be plenty of plebs coming in here, so let's get started with this. So we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6 here. And then sand, I'm going to do something similar, except I'm going to make a little space here for them to come out, I think. Maybe I'll make it right here. 4, 5. The sand mines super very quickly is what I was about to say. Very good English. Super very quickly, yes. So let's do that. Let's get a roadblock here. And then I'll do the... let's do it like this. Put the engineer there. Put the prefecture here. And the warehouse... could go right here for the warehouse. That'd be fine. Let's go ahead and set it for our clay. Let's go up to 12. And then sand can go up to 12 as well. Okay. Okay, so that's our early game economy set up here. Just need the plebs for it. We're minus 128, so it'll take a minute, but we'll get there. Kind of don't like the position of this, because it's getting in the way of a house I could put right here. So I think I'm actually going to move that. Because then I could have a full 2 houses like that. Yeah, we'll move that in a second. I'll let it go for now. Okay, so money's going to start coming in. Not much, but some. Which means I think next on our priority list is food. Good, okay, these are starting to work now. Now, food, we're going to be getting nothing but wheat. I think there's going to be a point where we're going to get vegetables for maybe sending off to Caesar because he's requesting it, but for now, it's going to be all wheat, baby. That's the plan. Let's actually move this fountain right now. Let's get that. Get rid of you. Get that, and then we'll get this next, and that'll be good. Let's get a couple statues here to help out. Okay, and then I like to use this area first here. This little farming valley here. So let's do it. I'm pretty sure there's like a great farm Tetris thing you can do here, but I'm not going to. Let's go this way. This way. Ooh, that actually blocks it off. So we could go here. Oh, no, that's fine. I did that correct. This is offset by 1. So actually... Actually, I'm not sure if I like how I've done this. But it's okay for now. Let's go... Let's go like this for now. I'm going to clear these two. Because I want to end up getting some over here too. So let's do that. There should be plenty of food. This is 4, 8, 9. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the granary up top here. So let's do it now. Let's get you right here. And I'm actually going to roadblock this because stairs are the bane of walkers' existence. So let's do that. Let's accept wheat here. And then this could be just used as the warehouse for this block that's going to end up being here. That would be fine. I could also move this back further. That could be a thing we do, but let's do this for now. Okay. And then, because we're planning to have another block here, I want to be careful about how I set things up, because I want a granary potentially to be acceptable, or accessible, I should say, by these 2 blocks. They could share a granary. That would be alright. If I really wanted to be sweaty, I could maybe put the granary here, and all 3 blocks could share the same granary. That would be pretty stressful on the one granary, but it also is good for conserving space and workers, so that's something to consider. In fact, I might give that a try. We might have the super granary playthrough here. We'll see. So let's do this. Let's put you... where would I want to put you? I could put it here. What I should do, honestly, is get this sorted. Something like that. Just so I have it planned out a bit. So I can see like where my roads would actually be. That's probably a better thing to do. And then we'll go ahead and this would probably make the most sense putting it here. This would be easily accessible between the two. I am wasting a little bit of space, but it's not the biggest deal. I could also go down here. All the way down here. This actually might be a bit better. I'm liking this a little bit more. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's roadblock this. I'm going to allow our lovely market ladies. Let's set it to getting. Let's actually do this. And then we'll prefecture here. Okay. We'll see how this ends up working. I don't know if I'm convinced, but everything's worth a try. Got our traders coming in. Good. Gotta eat big to get big. Let's get them... ooh, what was that? Bog Iron. Governor, to safeguard the local province, equipping legionaries would ensure your forces are strong enough to handle any potential threat. Unfortunately, Tingis has no access to iron ore veins, and importing the ore may prove expensive. Fortunately, your surveyors report that the riverbed sediments have some low-grade iron content. If you employ large-scale extraction methods, your laborers can extract some iron as a byproduct. Okay. So 1 cartload of iron will be gained per month for the first 10 clay pits or sand pits. You can obtain a max of 2 iron per month if you have 10 of each. Be sure to set up available warehouse space for iron to be able to receive it. Okay, so this gives you a little bit of access to iron so you can make some weapons for your legionaries. That's nice. That's fantastic even. So we'll let that... We'll take care of that later. We're not really in a hurry for that. Let's go ahead and set up our... Am I dumb? Okay, I am dumb. There we go. Let's get our market here. Just gonna set it to wheat. And that'll get these guys leveled up. We're still minus 51, so we could use quite a bit more plebs. We could start setting up out here, too, if we wanted. Let me just get a few more houses on the go. What in the heck happened there? Let's get that. Are these guys... Am I losing my mind? Am I going crazy? Is it me? I don't think it's me. It can't be me. Okay, good. We're getting a ton more plebs here now. Which means I think it would be a good time to expand the economy a bit. Via more sand and more clay, because that is exactly what we're selling. And then if we open up another trade route, they're just going to be buying even more of it. So let's do it. Let's pause for a second. Let's actually do this. Clay, 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 like so. Okay. I would want to get even more clay if I can. 5 more clay. Okay, these should be fine. And the sand is very quick. Sand is very quick to mine, so... You don't have to worry about it as much at all. I'm going to go ahead and roadblock this. This is just going to be... I'm just setting up kind of exits, so like these guys wouldn't have to walk all the way here and then over. We could set up another warehouse, have more stuff over here, and it'd just be more easily accessible, especially for brick factories. I think it'd be nice to do. So this should help us out. Do I want to open up that next trade route? We should wait a little bit. We are enemies distant now. Let's get you here. Let's get a Loraria here to help out, make it nice and pretty. See, these traders come in and they buy, look at this, 6 and 2. And then there's another group, these guys. They bought 8 of those.
I wish these workers would take more care as they load my beat. A good day to you. Can I interest you in
So even this, just having this one trade route is pretty taxing for us here. So let's do... We can get sand actually all the way over here if we wanted to. I kind of want to leave this open for getting more stuff later. So we could do something like this. Get this down this way. Like so. I think that could be fine. We could even connect these right now and then just do an NG here and a prefecture here. So this is taken care of. Okay. Let's allow Caesar to take from this. There we go. And even though it's going to eat into our profits, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Okay, it's August of 69. How are we doing here? 23 of 60, 27 of 90. So even having this one trade route is doing us pretty good. We're starting to get positive unemployment, so that's good.
Business is going very well.
And money's doing pretty well. We're doing pretty okay. These guys are looking good. And I think... Excuse me. How unprofessional. I think we're at a pretty good point here. We've got our first block built up. We've got our initial economy set up. And we're now enemies distant. So we're going to be thinking about which area to focus kind of our initial forts in, and if we want to get legionaries sooner or later, because we will be having to send off a lot of troops, and that can be a bit troublesome. This map has a couple of like little nooks here that enemies can get through, so you might want to block these off up here as well, and block that off so that if they're going to invade you, you want to kind of force them into this choke right here. Makes it a little bit easier to deal with them. And you can also use this little island to put more forts if you wanted to too. There's a couple ways you can do this map, and all of them are acceptable. So let's go ahead and save it. To YouTube Tingis, why not? And we'll pick up on this on next time. I think it's a good place for us to stop. And if you are looking to do this map, this kind of basic setup I've done here, I kind of spoiled it earlier in the video by showing a finished version of it, but this setup is a pretty decent setup to have a lot of plebs come in and still have space for more blocks that are easily expanded into without too much hassle. So, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Like the video if you liked it, and I'll put up the next one as soon as I can. So, until next time, take care.